Hello and welcome back. This is another 100% orange juice. Um, I don't um I don't remember which stage this is. So we'll see. Um, I only started recording recently, so I didn't get the first three. So this is a stage 5 playthrough, and hopefully everything will turn out to just fine. Um, I don't really have much else to say about this. I picked the normal cards because I don't really care about my deck, and this is my first time doing this level. This is post narration, by the way, not a live narration. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad about my opponents. There are two Mary Popos who are very weak on the offensive, so you don't have to worry about them sneaking up behind you and really killing you most of the time. So I'll just take a little time in the beginning to talk about that Sora, who is my other third opponent, who I believe was attack and avoid with no defense. I thought she was a clone of me, but I don't think so. I have more avoid. So but I wanted to take a time in the beginning to look at the board. It has a very small inner layer and a large outer layer, kind of similar to the previous stage 4 board. The special thing about that last game was that there was ×2 turns where money and cards and maybe drops too were had at ×2. But the thing with this board, I believe, is that monster tiles are really abundant, so you can maybe see in the inner level there's 6 monster tiles in that small inner circle, and that's where every single Norma is. And there's, I don't think, very many star bonus tiles. It's hard to tell with the fast. Yeah, there's no. It's only drop, monster, and cards, so you can land on normal more frequently when you're in there. But if you want to get the star bonus tiles, you have to go onto the outside. And for somebody like me who's not very bulky, I can't really go in there and fight monsters turn after turn. Because you'll see that you can get sniped by a player from behind. So that's one thing to look out for on this board. Is a lot of monster tiles, and I think there's a part where the tiles change. But anyways, I'm looking at the match right now. I'm pretty good in early star count, but the first player, Maria Popo, has already reached second level, and then Sora's reached second level, and then I reached second level, so I'm in the front runner for getting the third level Norma. I think I accidentally misplay my cards here. I don't exactly know. I don't need the high avoid because Mary Popo cannot attack. But she is pretty bulky HP. The other card right there really annoys me because it takes you away and you lose some stars as well. So I wanted to really kill that seagull monster and get his stars. It's also important because if I play it right, I can. I was a little worried about that move, but that card ended up being really good in the long run. So I think a lot more happens in this. It's not as straightforward as the 4th stage, because you have to go onto the outside to get the star bonuses. And I'm a little worried because I'm sitting at 2 HP. But she gets a low attack. I'm able to kill her, and now, you know, when you kill people, it not only gives you the possibility of doing a defeat Norma safe mode, because nobody can take away defeats from you, but it also gives me a star boost. So I get to my Norma and I see I have 5 defeats, so I'm not worried about my stars being stolen because I can reach a 4th level Norma without any problem. And that means I can stick onto the inside, and this I believe is the last monster on the board before we end up fighting the boss. Maybe there's a few encounters before the boss, but when the boss shows up, it's going to make the inner circle extremely dangerous, so I was really hoping to get this Norma, and I don't really feel comfortable going for the 9 defeats, so I pick 120 stars for the next one. And right now everybody's looking a little grim. I felt pretty good being in this position, but I know that I had to battle in order to get any attacks right. So as you can see now, the enemy tiles have the boss on it, so the boss is never fun to run into, especially early on. And I was chasing this Marie Popo for a long time, but she ends up escaping from me and falling right into my right into Sora's hands, so she kills her and takes all of her coins and gets the stars and gets the next level Norma. So now I'm thinking I need to get 120 stars. I can't kill anybody, and I'm not actually even at full life yet, so it is going to be quite a trial to try and get to the final as you said, I'm not really too thrilled about picking up cards because I don't really use them. My hyper card takes coins away from me, and it rarely compensates unless I kill a player who has a lot of stars on them. So she gets taken out. NPCs or the CPUs really like to go after the boss. I don't know why, but a lot of ridiculous things happen in this match towards the end of it, so I thought, I made the mistake, I think, or maybe not this time. I had to think really hard. Gambled on the avoid, but I didn't really do much damage to her. I'm very far away from 120, so it's just looking to be a really slow game for us all around. Everybody's got low stars, and their defeats aren't high enough to really make the next Norma, so and Sora isn't really considered offensive character. She's actually quite subpar, with 4 HP and less avoid than me, so she's just an inferior character, I believe. I realized that I can't win by sticking to the inside anymore, so I go back out and try try and collect as many stars as I can. Um, right now I'm just a little worried about that Marie Popo first player who's up to 90. I know that she's a real problem. She has some really great cards, and she is really hard to take out. Her biggest problem, I think, is that she likes to pick fights that she can't win. So if she gets, but also, my outside strategy worked really well because I landed on some bonus tiles and I was able to get really close to the 120 here, and by the time I get to my next turn, so I think that I was pretty safe here. I don't really need to use any of these, but I of course don't want to die before I get my normals, so I survive for a pathetic attack. And I'm hoping to get to the up to the last stretch here, so taking a look at some of the opponent's numbers. Obviously I'm most concerned about the Mary Popo up there, and I'm also worried about whoever kills the boss. So this is where I think good luck happens. Marie Popo up there loses. I roll a 1 and I kill the boss and skyrocket up to 262. So I'm thinking that, oh, this is really good, and if something really bad happens, I'm gonna pull this one off because all I need to do is land on a normal and it'll be okay. That's why killing the boss is such a big deal. So I'm just thinking, killing things in my rampage. But then, well, we'll see. I'm making a ton of progress. And I didn't decide to fight the Mary Popo. And now I realize that I probably should have, because there's a trap and a monster waiting for me. I make the mistake of picking defense here. I'm pretty sure that I could have overcome, but now that I'm faced to fight the seagulls, I win those battles, but then the Marie Popo comes up behind me and gets a ridiculously high roll, and I cannot avoid out of it, so I am knocked out of reaching my goal, and I am really down in the dumps because I felt that I was going to lose it. Nobody is quite in that higher level yet, so everything is just fine. And they're all sticking to the outside. So at this point I'm thinking, well, nothing's gone to hell yet, except that I've been pushed off into a far corner and I have to wait even longer to try and get to my next level. So I decide not to fight that Mary Popo, who is now did a star steal, I think, got up to 254, and she rolls a 4, and I'm thinking, what do I have to do? Hold on a second. So then I thinking, what am I supposed to do? And you know, look at my star count. I had 262, and now I got star stilled and killed, and I went all the way down to 76. But then miraculously I kill the Mary Popo, who both of them have been stocking up ridiculous amount of stars. So if you look at that, I stole half of her star count, and she went down to 139, and I went up to 215. So now I am charging into battle, or not exactly, but I'm trying to get to the final Norma, and I do reach Norma there, and I end up winning the game. So for the most part, it was good lucky on my part. I got a boss kill, but it was negated by that teleporting star steal, and I was very happy. This was my first attempt on stage 5, and so far I've beaten stage 1 and 2 on my first try, and stage 4 and 5 on my first try. It was only stage 3 that really caused me problems, so I'm really glad that I get to the final, well, it's not the final stage, but stage 6. No, it's not called stage 6. I heard there's more, so I did get a lot of money from this, so that is pretty much all there.